All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us for another episode of the Average Overlanders podcast. I'm Jared.
And I'm Ben.
And tonight we have Chef Sean. Ooh.
Chef Sean.
Hi there.
I wish you were like actually making us something to eat, but well, we had some delicious grilled cheese, so.
Yes, the grilled cheese I have never had with avocado. Delicious.
Yes, thank you, Jess, for keeping us fed.
We're sponsored by Jess. Chef Jess.
But yeah, so we have Chef Sean. Instagram is Fastlane, but it's FSTLAYN, right?
Yep.
Okay, I got it right. Cool.
Yeah, he essentially took out the vowel out of the first word.
Oh, I can't buy a vowel.
Can't buy a vowel, dude.
Fuck me up, dude. No. Yeah, thanks for coming out, brother.
God, my pleasure.
Yeah.
It's so funny. You said Chef Sean was coming on, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, is he a chef though? Or does he just go? Because we call our buddy Jeff, Chef Jeff.
Yeah.
And he's not actually a chef.
He just makes us good food.
And then you show up and you're in like full chef garb.
Yeah, got
So
to
I
get
was
tired.
like,
Oh,
this guy's a legit chef.
yes.
No joke.
So I've been a chef in the industry I've been in the food industry for a little over 30 years.
Oh, shit.
But I've been a chef for...
You just gave away your age, by the way.
Yeah, I was. Well, he's only 32, so or wait, no.
I was born a chef.
Yeah. Of course.
Like Ricky Bobby. I get up in the morning, I piss excellence.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. I just watched part of that
You
today,
live,
actually.
you live life in the fast lane.
Yeah. So that's why my handle on Instagram. So it started out, just like you guys, started out in the tuner world, growing up.
Suck you in. Yeah.
My first car was 87 Honda CRX.
Oh,
Nice,
you
nice.
had the like OG CRX.
Oh yeah,
Yep,
carbureted.
Carbureted.
Yep.
Carbureted. Lowered it by heating up the coils in the back.
Ooh.
And then it was a torsion spring suspension in the front.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I had the bolts like cliff hanging
Yeah.
to drop the front end down.
Yeah.
Why not?
Get that, right?
What
had
color?
It was the white with the gray trim on the bottom.
Ooh, two-tone.
Is that came after the CVCC little bubble ones, right?
That was like 78.
Yeah,
stuff
my
like
dad
that.
had one of those. It was green, and we call it the green vomit. Affectionately known as the green vomit. Yes, but
I'm assuming manual.
I wished I had
yeah.
one of those. Probably got amazing gas mileage. Well, actually, probably not after you fucked with it, but
Well, back when I started driving, gas was like 92 cents a gallon, so I didn't care about mileage.
and that was California, 92 cents.
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, had the super trap muffler on there with
Oh, the super trap.
Oh, dude, I could take the baffles off and that thing would roar. That was great. But yeah, so I progressively moved up in sports cars and vehicles, and so through high school, that's my nickname became Fastlane.
All right.
Because
all right.
I always drove, the fast cars and would always, wrench on them and mod them out. And, me and my buddies were always on the weekends out at the, meeting at some parking lot at midnight. And,
Yep.
You know what's funny is I recently went to a parking lot meetup at night on Friday night.
Did you really like a
Yeah.
was
It
it
was
like,
the-
an
like a
intersection
racer
takeover?
meetup?
No,
Yeah.
it was actually in City of Industry, and it was an old school vintage JDM, and it was like
sick.
from the 80s and early 90s. And there was a guy who worked for Milestar that was part of their. He's like a creative director at Milestar, and he had this Acura Legend. There was like a tribute, and it had like a one-of-one body kit from Japan. It was so clean. And I think he was Filipino, he said, and he had some, he did the whole VIP thing.
Yeah.
And for our listeners, it's like, executive. They try to make it like dress it up.
Yeah.
So you had like whiskey glasses in the back on a tray table.
Oh, yeah.
And like all that.
Curtains.
And
Yeah.
curtains
Yep.
and all that stuff. But it was very like, Filipino style is I think is what he said. And so I had like some,
Did he have the tall pipes in the back?
Oh, those are rad, dude.
no
Just like the ridiculous, like
exhaust.
bottom air dam that just like like a 2-foot stick out. Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, I recently went to one of those meetups, and it like took me back.
Oh yeah, no, that was the culture back then. All my friends were into it. I like I said, I went through cars left and right. You had the CRX, went and moved to. I had a Geostorm.
So the Geostorm, is that a 3-cylinder?
No, the one I had was a 4-cylinder.
Okay.
But that thing was fast.
Really?
That was one of the faster cars I had because it was so light. There was nothing to it.
Weighed nothing.
Yeah. I put catback exhaust on it. They had someone, I can't remember the company, had come out with lowering springs for it.
You didn't heat those up?
No, I went the right direction on this.
No, you just went and cut a fucking coil off. That's what I did.
Like, what is camber correction kit?
Fuck that.
Fuck it.
Right? And I had, every bolt-on you could think of, K&N filter, all that stuff. So it was pretty quick. Went from that to a Volkswagen GTI.
Oh,
ooh,
the GTI.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody has a German phase.
Yeah. I went through Volkswagens twice. My second one was even better. So you remember when Volkswagen came out with the quote unquote new Jetta?
Yeah.
And they changed the body style and basically re-engineered the whole car.
Yeah.
So the first year it came out, I think it was 2000. They only came out with 3 colors: black, white, and red. And it was the new body style. I instantly fell in love with it. Mm-hmm. So I started doing research, and
that was the 1.8 liter turbo.
It had
they had a VR6,
the VR6, or the standard 4-cylinder.
Yeah, the 2.0.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I started doing my research on it and went down the rabbit hole and found out that the next year, 2001, they were going to release more colors, and they were coming out with more packages for it because it was such a big hit when it came out.
Yeah, it was kind of this little a teaser almost.
You
just
wanted
to test
the
the market.
Wolfsburg edition.
Oh
no! So mine was custom built by Volkswagen.
Really?
I went to the dealer and I said, I want this.
Wait a second. You said, I just won Race Wars. I have a ton of money. I want a custom Volkswagen.
Went in, said, I want this. It was like I can't remember what they called it, but it was basically like an electric blue.
Okay.
Like a metallic electric blue. And I went and said, I want this color I want the gray leather interior. And the guy says, wait a second. Number one, that color's not out
They
yet.
don't. Oh, you knew something.
And they're only going to come out with this color with the tan interior. And I said, I don't care. I want the gray leather. I don't want that
Tan.
lame looking tan
Right.
interior.
Get that shit out of
I
here.
said, I want the
76.
But I want the gray interior. I want the VR6 with a 5-speed transmission, manual. And he says, "Oh, we only make the VR6 with the
Triptronic.
Triptronic."
Yeah.
And I said, "That's what I want." He said, "All right, let me see what I can do." And so he gets on the computer and he's like, "All right, there's 2 in the factory right now that are not done yet. Both of them have the blue color with the interior that you want." He's like, "If you put a down payment today, I can have them put the VR6 and made it up to a 5-speed manual transmission." Said,
Nice.
How much do you want?
Make it happen.
Yeah. Wrote a check out to him. There you go. So about 5 weeks later, I got a phone call. "Hey, we're rolling your car off the truck. You want to come down?"
Oh, really?
Absolutely.
I'll be there in 30 seconds.
I have a Geostorm. It goes fast.
I'll be there real quick. Yeah. That's rad.
Yeah, that car was quick. And so there used to be a aftermarket place in Wilmington. I don't even know if they're around anymore, but they were called Velocity. And they specialized in New Speed and all the
New Speed.
all the Volkswagen.
Yeah.
So I had a Jetta too, and I had new speed springs on it too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And so I went there and talked to them, and they were like, "Oh, this is the first one we've got. Yeah, let's do it." So I had it all tricked out, had the strut bar brace made for it, had it all color coordinated. I got the aftermarket New Speed spark plug wires, all yellow. And
Oh, yeah.
so that engine, the VR6, the spark plug wires, because it's a transverse engine, the spark plug wires come up the front, well, actually the side of the motor, and come across the engine cover.
Yeah, they kind of come up and over. Yeah.
And then feed into
It's like a comb over for your motor.
It's the Donald Trump comb over, dude.
Yeah. So it was all, color coordinated, yellow wires going across, had the yellow New Speed air intake, on there. And then I had the brace built for it, and I had the yellow New Speed sticker on it. I was all coordinated.
You're all kitted out.
Yeah.
You do the thing when you had your hood open, so you put all your stickers inside your hood.
I never did that.
Yeah, we left the outside of our car club. We had to leave the outside all clean except for our club name.
Yeah.
And everything else. Like, so we put like our Canon or Ibach or whatever stickers, and we just plastered the inside of our hood. So when we'd go, you ever got pop your hood and like, ooh, you got Recaro? Well, no, I got a Momo shifter, but just stupid shit like that. Yeah,
That's funny. So, you're a tuner guy. I mean, it sounds like you had Hondas, you had Euros.
Oh yeah,
all that stuff. What was your favorite car before Overland?
it was the Jetta.
Jetta.
I miss the Jetta, man. I wish I would never have sold it.
We always have those.
I saw a meme the other day. It was something about like, I think guys sell their cars just so they can complain about not selling or missing that one car. That's why I sold it, just so I could have something to complain about later. Like, I wish I never sold that car.
It's true.
Yeah.
There's so many cars.
I have so many.
There's so many cars. I'm like, I wish I never sold that one.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if I had to like label it down to like 3, I could do it. But there's a lot more that I wish I would have never sold.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Damn it, making me sad.
So okay, tell me this. What did you used to do? Have you always been a chef?
Well, you said 30 years. I mean,
you've been a chef for that long. Where did you start out?
So I started working in high school. Little place. I actually started at this mom.
You took home ec, and it just grew from there, right?
Easy bake oven.
Yeah. I took home ec. That's where all the girls were in high school, man.
Right. No, my first job was, I could really go deep with you, but my first real job was working at a mom and pop pizza place in Long Beach.
Oh, rad.
It's still there, not owned by the same people anymore, but it's called Echo's Pizza.
Nice.
It was they had a big restaurant in Long Beach, and then where I grew up in Lakewood, they had a satellite store. It was a takeout and delivery only.
Yep.
And so I started there, got hired on, making pizzas and running deliveries and whatnot. We had to use our own car.
Yep. Dude, that's
30 minutes or less.
I did that for like 10 years, bro. I literally same idea. Yep.
And it was great because my friends worked in all the restaurants.
It's a great job when you're young. You
I
trade food and stuff.
Oh,
Everybody wants pizza too.
Yep.
We used to get oil changes for pizza, movie tickets, all kinds of shit.
Oh, dude. My one friend worked caddy corner across the intersection at Wiener Schnitzel.
Yeah.
My other friend worked around the corner at In-N-Out. We'd walk over. Hey, you guys want to trade a pizza for a couple burgers?
Yeah.
Oh,
instantly. Yeah.
Every
'Cause
night.
they're sick of eating burgers every night.
Nobody wanted the wieners though.
Yeah.
It was great though. That was so much fun because it was the lesser restaurant of the chain, I guess you could say.
Right.
So the owner was more focused on the big restaurant down in Long Beach. So we were
Left you alone.
oh my God, we ran that place into the ground.
I mean, you probably did really well though.
Yeah, but when you're
More horse
eating,
trading
eating
than-
and drinking all the profits.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
But you'd literally walk in this place. There was no tables because it was takeout or delivery
Yep.
only.
Yeah, just a front counter area.
Yeah, you could walk in, order pizza. We'd make it right in front of you or whatever. But you'd walk in the door and we had a shelf up on the wall and they had a big like a radio ghetto blaster basically.
Oh, yeah.
up there.
Hell yeah.
Just blaring KNAC all day long. We're in there just
Having a blast,
Oh, my
dude. Just
God.
run. You're with your buddies. You're
Yeah.
running in and out.
Yep.
And you probably had one of your cars, like same deal. Like, oh yeah, we just jump in our car and just, I'll get that pizza there on time. Don't worry.
all our friends would come and park in the parking
Hang
lot,
out.
hang out.
Yeah, all night. You'd be out cleaning and they're still partying in the parking lot.
Oh yeah,
Skating and
Yep,
stuff. Yeah.
yep.
Oh, the good old days. Damn, I wish I was young again.
So after that, I ended up going to work for Disneyland.
Oh,
So you went from a pizza place in Long Beach
the happiest place on earth to
to the happiest place on
Disneyland.
earth.
No.
Wait. The
He was at the happiest place on earth, and then he went to Disneyland.
Disneyland. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, all on a whim. My parents split up and got divorced when I was a senior in high school.
Okay.
So my mom, was thoroughly convinced that my sister and I were damaged from,
Of course,
everything
yeah.
that happened. So she made us go to therapy. And the lady that, we were going to see, she goes, you're a real good looking, clean cut, all American kind of looking boy. You should go work for Disneyland. And I thought to myself, are you kidding me? There must be a line like a mile long.
How do you get a job at Disneyland?
Of people waiting to work at Disneyland.
Yeah.
She goes, I don't know. You got the look they're looking for. You might want to. And I figured, I got nothing to lose. I'm making $5 here at, the pizza place. Or whatever.
Right.
So me and my buddy one day, hey, let's go over there and check it out. Drove over. They had a casting, call it casting department.
Yeah.
It was
cast members is how they refer to employees.
Right. And it used to be in a building right behind Angel Stadium where the old Metrolink station is.
Okay.
There's big office buildings right there where their casting center used to be in those buildings. So we
HR.
Basically.
Yeah.
Drove over there, walked in. Hey, we'd like to apply for a job. Okay, here, fill this out.
Was this like the early 2000s?
No, I hired in there 94.
Whoa.
Yeah. So walked in. Okay, here, fill this out. Filled out the application. Handed it back to him. She looked at it. She goes, "You mind sticking around for an interview real quick?"
Oh shit.
Okay. Walked in, sat down. They asked me a few questions. What do you want to do? I said, well, I've done restaurants so far. I'd like to try something else, maybe attractions or something along those lines. Well, you've got food and beverage, knowledge. You sure you don't want to be in restaurants? I said, well, if that's what it takes to get in, then maybe, but I'd really like to try something else, And she said, okay, well, we'll give you a call. And literally, I get home and walk in the house and the phone's ringing. I pick up the phone and hey, this is, so-and-so from Disney Casting. So it turns out we've got a position at the Blue Bayou if you're interested.
Oh,
that quick, dude. That's crazy.
The Blue Bayou too. That's like not like it's not like some
working a food
hot dog
cart
stand.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I said, what's the pay? And she said, well, the pay is, I can't remember. It was like
back then.
More than you made at pizza shop.
Probably
$5
double.
and $1 an hour. I think it was actually the same as what I was making.
Oh, really?
Okay. But I figured,
you're going to go so far into the pizza shop versus Disney might be.
And I thought, maybe this is a step into something bigger.
Yeah, new opportunity.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, I'll take the job. And I went in, the next day to my other job and said, hey, I'm putting in my 2 weeks. Oh, what are you going to do? Oh, I got a job at Disneyland. Oh, we can't compete with them. Okay.
I'm actually making the same amount of money, but it's just the brand.
Yeah, sure.
Right.
Don't tell them that. Yeah.
But so hired into Disneyland. They actually hired me as what they call a seasonal employee.
It's
seasonal.
Yeah. And
they
so,
kind of test you out a little bit, that way they don't have to pay benefits or some shit.
Right. They very rarely hire in full-time people. Now they do because they're pretty desperate. But back then it was, you hired in for like the summer, basically.
Basically 90 days.
Yeah.
It's probably like
trial
a bunch
period.
Usually like a lot of young kids and stuff, and they're like, I just want the money for summer, and then I'm over it afterwards.
Yeah. So I actually hired in March, so they were hiring me for spring break.
Oh, there you go.
And they had told me, we'll hire you for spring break, and if we don't move you up to either part time or full time, then we'll have you come back for the summer, and you can continue to be seasonal.
Yeah.
For the summer period. I said, yeah, okay, that's fine. So I walked in, and on my first day of training, walked into the Blue Bayou, and I was working at this mom and pop place, and I walked into this
full operation,
giant operation with a huge kitchen, and it was like coordinated chaos,
Yeah.
like all these bodies moving around and food moving, and it was way more volume than I'd ever seen.
But what was your job there? Well, were you a line cook, or were you like a?
So I started out as what they call a food prep. So doing like the pantry, doing salads and soups and plating the desserts and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
But right away I got the opportunity to start training on the line and around the kitchen and stuff. And there happened to be a sous chef there who is the one who really kind of started off my career for me. He was very kind of welcoming and really took the time to show me what the kitchen was about and the fundamentals and the whole mentality of, if you want to do this for real, like, this is what you got to do. And so I instantly fell in love with it. And
so you had a good mentor.
Yeah, he was great.
Yeah, that definitely helps. Yeah.
And
it can be like, in the kitchen, I waited tables and shit for years as well and stuff like that. And it's very dog eat dog,
yeah. But I was, eager and learned fast. So I kept asking, hey, I want to learn how to do the grill. Okay, do that. I want to learn how to do the fryers. Okay. I want to learn how to do order cook. Over there, the Blue Bayou used to be famous for its prime rib.
Yeah.
And so
the fillets are good too.
Yeah, and the back then the cream of the crop position was to carve the prime rib. That was the position. And so, hey, I want to learn how to do that. Oh, not yet. You got to be good at everything else.
Right.
Finally got that opportunity to do that, and so people started saying, hey, you're learning fast, and you seem to like what you're doing. Oh yeah, I love this. This is great. You should go to school, and do you want to be a chef someday? Yeah, I'd love to be a chef. We should go to school. And I thought, what are you talking about? Go to school to be a chef?
I'm doing it.
Yeah,
I'm hands on right now. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought
I'm a chef.
You just work in a restaurant and kind of work your way up, and then someday you become the chef or whatever. And no, you can go to school. They have degrees and the whole thing. And I thought, really? And at that time, I was going to college, but I still hadn't figured out what I wanted.
What direction?
To do.
Yeah.
I think I changed my major 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, been there.
Yeah.
And actually took like a whole semester off because I was like, I don't know where I'm going.
Been there.
Yeah. Right. That's most people.
I'm still on my semester off, by the way.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I found out that in Costa Mesa there was a junior college down there, Orange Coast College, that had a great culinary arts program. So I went down there and put in my transfer and applied for the classes and got in and started taking classes. And my biggest memory of starting out in culinary school was, number one, like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah.
Because there's all these other guys there that obviously were already chefs and probably just trying to get like the degree or whatever. To bolster their career. But they already know, like, oh, this herb goes with this, and you saute this to make it like this. And I was like, what the fuck? I'm here to learn all this stuff. How do you guys already know this? I feel out of place, and so it was intimidating at first.
I can imagine. Shit.
But I had a great instructor. He actually back in the day was like super involved in the ACF, which is the American Culinary Federation.
Mm-hmm.
He competed in like the Culinary Olympics and was like team captain for Team California and all this stuff. And so he was really smart with food and just the dynamics of the kitchen and everything, and was very inspirational.
So just stop you right there. Like, what style was it? Because there's different styles. There's like the French cuisine. There's there's like different types and styles and stuff. Was there a specific style?
Everybody that goes through culinary school is basically what they call classically trained.
Mm-hmm. So
they start you off with the fundamentals. And I mean, we could talk for hours about the fundamentals of
No, it's
cooking.
interesting. Yeah.
But there's a concrete foundation that you have to start with basically when you become a chef. Yeah. And it's the French way, the classical way, because that's where it all started.
Yeah.
And old school, it's changed a lot now, right? I mean, our culture has changed. It's gotten a lot softer and whatnot. When I went through it, it was basically like going into the military.
Yeah. Oh, I bet.
Because the classical system is built off of what they call the brigade system, which is how military is established, right?
Yeah.
You have a chain of command, and everybody has their job and a rank, and it's the same way in the kitchen.
That's how it becomes a well-oiled machine.
Right. And so they teach you the brigade system, and they hammer it into you, and they basically, just like joining the military, they kind of break you down and then build you back up. And it's back in the day, it was rough.
Yeah.
I mean, you hear a lot of people nowadays talk about coming up as a cook or a chef, and it was tough. It was a lot of people, have
can't hack it. Yeah.
PTSD and
shit, yeah.
no joke.
Yeah.
Like Gordon Ramsay shit, dude.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So I grew up.
That shit's real.
I grew up, quote unquote, in the culinary field under that situation. I worked for a chef that was like Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah.
Screaming at people and throwing shit and stuff like that.
It's a high intensity.
Super.
Yeah.
Perfection.
But looking back, I'm very fond of him because he built me into what I am today. And I've always stayed in touch with him. He retired from Disney a year or two before I left.
Oh, wow.
His name was Chef Jesse, and he had his, he really developed a lot of the chefs at Disneyland.
Yeah, that's cool.
And he was kind of the main mentor for a lot of us that were running the parks. And, he brought us all up. And,
that's awesome.
And it was at Club 33.
Yeah.
That was back in the day. Club 33 was the breeding ground for the new chefs. So back to where we were at, I was in the Bayou, started going to school, fell in love with it even more because I was really learning about food, and it made the job make even more sense, right? Because you're learning like the science of food and what goes well together, and how to season things properly and all these different techniques. And then
butter and salt, bro.
Hey, you're not joking.
Kills everything or fixes everything, yeah.
Right?
And then you throw bacon in there, and it's even better.
Yes.
But Chef Jesse worked in the at the time he was down in the kitchen below, what they called the main kitchen in New Orleans Square, and he soon after got promoted to run Club 33. And so he found out that I was going to culinary school, and he came and approached me one day, and he said, "Hey, why don't you come up to Club 33? I'll take you under my wing. I'll mentor you. I'll really help you progress and become a good chef. And if that's what you really want." I said, "Yeah, that's what I want to do." So I transferred up to Club 33.
Is this all in the 90s still?
Yeah, I went to Club 33 in 98.
Oh, wow.
So I was at Bayou for 4 years, kind of cut my teeth there, and went to the club in 98. Worked under Jesse for a couple years. Was at Club 33 for 9/11. That was some scary shit right there.
I bet.
And
I was in high school.
Freaking
Sorry, I had to make you
youngsters.
feel old.
sorry.
Yeah, right. I was welding shit in my garage.
Yeah, I'm sure you were. Building your Ranger.
The Explorer.
Oh, the Explorer. Yeah.
But anytime anybody asks me what my best memories or best time at Disney were, and it was at Club 33.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
I can imagine. That would be a freaking, that's that like high society shit right there.
Oh
yeah.
man, the amount of celebrities I got to meet and cook for,
How rad.
just the people we got to see and be around, and the elaborate events we would do and stuff like that it was amazing. It was so much fun.
You make a really good steak, and they're like, "Can I have some ketchup?"
Motherfucker.
He's like, "God damn it!
But
I seasoned it perfectly."
right. In all honesty, working at the club is where I really developed my palate.
Really?
Because we were eating
Everything you cook.
high-end food.
Yeah.
That was the first place I had escargot. That was the first place I had frog legs. Things
And you
like
have
that.
to, like, when I was waiting, like, every time we'd bring in, like, new stuff to the menu, it's like, well, we have to eat it because somebody asks us if we like it. Or, hey, how's the, this food? You're like, oh, well,
I've never had it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Then why the hell am I listening to you?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want you to try it and tell me what it's like.
Yeah.
I heard it's really good. A little salty.
Yeah. Tastes like chicken.
Yeah. It all tastes like chicken, right? Just add ketchup and you're good.
Yeah. Right?
But no, that was the best time. But worked at the club for 8 years. Worked under a couple different chefs at the time there. At some point, Jesse got moved out of there and, was asked to go run another restaurant. Had another chef come in, Chef Marcel. He was awesome as well. Younger chef, a different approach to cooking and food. So we got to learn a whole new style.
That's kind of rad. Like, yeah, I mean, you're never too old to learn something new, which is rad.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
If you think you know it all, then yeah, you're fucking stupid.
And especially in this field,
Yeah.
food is constantly evolving.
Teach me something.
And
People's palates are constantly evolving.
Right. And to this day, 30 years later, you know, I'm still learning new things and looking for new things. You know, you got to stay fresh, and, you know, people always want to try new stuff. So
did it get like, I mean, 'cause you worked there for a while. So was it like, yeah, like that itch to kind of like, I want to try something new or something like that? Or
like get out of food?
no, not necessarily get out of food, but like a different style
maybe?
or something like that.
So-
like you were saying, expand and stuff like that and learn.
Yeah. So one of the benefits of working at Disney is there's such diversity.
Oh, that's true.
You've got 2 parks. You've got hotels there. So after by the time I left, well, the reason I left Club 33 was I decided it was time to take the leap. You know, I wanted to become a chef, and it was time. So
were you sous chef there or something?
I was what was called a dinner cook, which is kind of just below a sous chef.
Okay.
And so I got promoted to sous chef within the parks. Got sent over to Rancho del Zocalo, which is the Mexican restaurant in Frontierland.
Yep, I was about to say that's one of my favorite places to go, dude.
Oh, really?
I love that shit.
Which was awesome because I got to work with Chef Jesse again.
No,
He was over there, but I got to work with him in a different capacity this time because now I was a chef. And so he was able to take, you know, what he had already taught me and now kind of elevate it to the next level. And now I am a chef. So now he's
But that was more volume, right?
Rancho?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That was way more volume.
Yeah.
As opposed to Club 33. It was like very just like, I'm going to do my very best on this one dish.
Oh,
and
yeah.
all this other stuff. But then you go over to the Frontierland, you're actually serving the
Thousands of people.
thousands of people.
You just got to crank it out.
Dude, we used to go there. They had to have
Quality's
tacos, burritos, like all enchiladas, all stuff. It was
Salads,
always
like
really
everything.
good.
Yeah.
The big taco salad they had
Tostada
there.
salad, yep.
Yeah, man.
Yep. So I was at Rancho briefly. I was only there about 7 or 8 months.
Oh, really?
And I got a call from my operations manager, and he's like, you know, you've been over there long enough. We need to give you some more responsibility. So he moved me over to what they called Riverfront Restaurants, which was Riverbell Terrace, Stage Door Cafe, the Golden Horseshoe,
Okay.
which was the stage show and all that. And that whole area, there's a fruit cart there. I'm drawing a blank all of a sudden. The skewer place.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Bengal barbecue, sorry. Brain fart there. But so I had that whole complex now. Now I've got a complex. And at that time, that complex also oversaw Critter Country, which was Hungry Bear.
Yep.
And the Harbor Galley, which was that little place right by the dock.
So when you get a new job, you're not really like leaving the park. You're just like going to a different section of the park.
Yeah.
You move around, and they would move us.
Just rotate.
The great thing was we moved about every 2 years, 2 or 3 years on average.
It wasn't dull. It didn't get mundane.
And the nice thing was, if it was getting that way, you could just talk to him and be like, hey, you know what? I'm ready for something else. I'm ready to try something new. And okay, wait, we're ready to do a shuffle. So we're going to switch you and so with, you know, at this restaurant, and they'll come over here and you'll go over there. And
that's pretty cool.
so I went from Riverfront to, where did I go after that? I went back to New Orleans. I got promoted to what they called an area chef. So now I was like the head chef of Cafe Orleans.
Okay.
In New Orleans Square, which was the table service restaurant, sit down restaurant, full service, you know, the whole deal.
Yeah, it was nice.
Was there for about 1.5 years. I actually, you guys, I didn't tell you this yet, got to do a TV show with Guy Fieri.
No shit.
We love Guy Fieri. We love that guy.
Yeah.
He's hilarious.
So I was featured on, they did a Disney holiday special. It was Guy's Disney Holiday, where he went around to a couple different of the locations. And just so happens they picked my restaurant, so I got to do a full
Really, that's
segment
rad.
with him. Yeah,
Was he in the back, like dipping it in sauce?
Yeah,
just
just like,
with all his jewelry and shit. Does he have his
know what,
glasses on?
Hair spiked. Yep.
Hell yeah.
he was his signature Guy
Full on.
Fieri.
That's rad.
But you know what? One of the nicest guys I've ever met.
Oh, I
I'm
bet.
sure. I bet. Yeah.
Super cool guy. It was my first time being in front of a camera, so I was.
Yeah. Like, what do I
You
do with
know,
my
Is he a
hands?
chef himself?
He is.
He is.
At one point, I think he was. Yeah, and he like retired or something like that. You got a show. So
Got it. Okay.
Well, he owns a couple of restaurants.
Yeah.
Well, he does now. I didn't know if it was like he was a chef himself and he actually like grew up in that whole
I think
thing.
he was like a celebrity chef kind of thing.
He was,
And-
but he started out as a kid. His first job, I think he said it was like 13 or 14, and he actually ran a crepe cart.
Oh, really?
I
Like
love crepes.
like a little cart on the
Sounds
on the
delicious.
side of the road or whatever. That
No way.
He made crepes from scratch and sold them. And
I had a lemonade stand. Am I a chef?
You got lemonade. He's got crepes.
I have
Yeah.
a lot of experience in eating at diners and dives and drive-ins.
Yeah.
But that's why he wanted to do the segment at my restaurant, because at that time we served crepes.
Oh yeah,
Cafe
New
Orleans.
Orleans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Little flat pancakes.
And so it was kind of like
They're
a
delicious.
homage to his beginning and whatnot. So that was a lot of fun.
That's cool.
But got to go through, rolled out a whole new menu there. Then they asked me to open Big Thunder Ranch Barbecue.
Oh really?
Oh,
You
rad.
remember that place?
Yeah.
Oh, so you got some barbecue
Well,
experience.
didn't they
in there?
shut down that ride recently?
They're shutting
Thunder,
down a
no,
bunch
that
of
was
rides.
the train. That was the Big Thunder.
Splash Mountain. They're shutting down.
That's what it
Yeah.
was.
Yep. Because racist. Maybe.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say it, but yeah,
I'll say it.
Fucking racist bear. Whatever.
I don't even know. I don't remember even.
I don't even know what it is,
I
but
don't either.
whatever. I'm ignorant.
Yeah.
But yeah, opened Big Thunder Ranch was amazing. It was the first time I got to see a restaurant develop from the ground up.
That's awesome.
It was still being built when they asked me to take on the project, so I got to partner up with another chef who ran the R&D team. So he and I worked on the menu for about 3 months. We had to go through all these, presentations for the executives, and you got to present it to the president of the Disneyland and all these different people to get all the approvals. And so it was kind of cool, but it was my first step into true exposure, right? Like
Yeah.
getting to know all these other people and like the higher ups, and being in the spotlight for a little bit, because you're under the microscope when you're rolling out a brand new restaurant.
Yeah, that's a big investment.
Right. And it was very successful, did very well. Stayed open for 5 years, I think, 09 to 6 years. And then they shut it down and tore it down and built Star Wars Land on top of it.
Oh,
No, I remember that because we actually used to do the during that right before they shut it down, we used to do the trick or treating thing.
Oh, yeah.
And we took our kids back there, and that was like I still remember, famous to me only because it's on my camera, but the famous picture of my daughters when they were like standing there, they were doing the Alice in Wonderland, where my one daughter was the White Rabbit, my other daughter was Alice.
Oh, nice.
And we were back there in that area, and now it's all gone.
oh,
Yeah.
that sucks.
Yeah, it was cool. We had the
Memories.
the petting zoo next door, and
Yeah.
the whole thing. Yeah, it was a neat area. It was a lot of fun. We had the whole stage show that went on during
Yep.
lunch and dinner.
Yeah, it was cool. I really liked it. I
Yeah.
enjoyed it. I mean, honestly, like Star Wars is popular, and I get it. It makes money.
Make some
but,
money. Yeah.
But like that was like old school Disney back there.
Yeah.
You know?
Is the island still there?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that's
Yep.
still around.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That was like as a kid, like going over to Tom Sawyer's Island.
Oh,
They'd
yeah.
take you over in the little ferry and drop you off. My parents was like, "Hey, you can't get off the island. He's good. Just send him over there."
Oh, yeah.
And we would just run around there in the caves for like hours.
the caves are
dude.
awesome.
Oh
I
yeah.
still love that, man.
Yeah.
It's so much fun.
Okay, good. As long as that's
Yeah.
still there, I'm happy. I'll go back. No, I can't afford
It's
to go
still the
back.
happiest place on earth.
Yeah.
Most
Dude,
expensive place on earth.
I mean,
Fuck.
like
Oh, yeah.
now you have to like schedule your visit. It's like weird.
Yeah, you got to make reservations.
Yeah.
Oh, really? You can't just walk up anymore.
You can't like when I used to go, you just like, oh, I'm
Show
an
up.
annual pass holder.
Yeah.
You show up, we parked in the garage. You can't even do that anymore.
Really?
Yeah, you have to have like a special whatever for that now. We used to be included in our pass. We were grandfathered in, and then we let it go. I think we stopped going in like 2016.
I can't remember the last time I went. I think Zoe was probably like 5. So it's probably 5 years ago. And
Yeah,
it cost me a freaking fortune, dude.
absolutely. That's why he has a job.
Yeah, exactly.
right.
Paid his wage and shit.
Yeah. It was always a good time, man. I mean, I remember like having a rough day at work, and then I'd like just go over there because we had the pass.
Oh yeah.
You just show up, and you're just like, you know what, dude?
That's right. I
There's more to
remember
life.
because you guys had, you guys were always going.
My wife was there like multiple times per week.
She would drop you off for airsoft, and she was like, I'm just gonna take the kids to Disneyland for a few hours.
Oh yeah. A lot. That's how they get their business. A lot of people do that.
Yeah.
Our busiest time of the year, well, not the busiest, but a busy time of the year was always Super Bowl.
Oh yeah.
Oh, people in town and
No, because
People
all
didn't
the
wanna
dads are at home watching the football game, and the moms would grab the
drag
kids
the
and come
kids
to the
out.
park.
I didn't even think about that. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Smart.
I mean, during the week, like it was fun because there's like nobody there.
yeah.
And we would just like walk onto rides and
Or if
stuff.
it rained, that was the best day to go.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
There's actually, I saw a TikTok, not that I watch TikTok because they posted on Instagram 2 weeks later, then I see it. But no, it was this
Technically,
lady.
yeah.
They're like, it's pouring in Southern California. What should I do? She goes, grab the kids. We're going to Disneyland.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the weather's been brutal here in California lately. It was just dumped with weather and rain and all that stuff. So yeah. So yeah, so you're at Disney for a minute then.
Yeah, a few.
Yeah.
Worked all the different restaurants.
Yeah.
Yeah, both parks, Disneyland itself and California Adventure.
Yeah.
Got to, really experience some neat adventures at Disney. Opening new restaurants, opening new lands. I opened Cars Land.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun. My final spot that I was at before I left was the Golden Vine Winery,
Okay. Yeah.
the table service restaurant.
Yeah, like right when you first walk in, kind of there.
It's
Is that it?
Well, they have like the vineyards on like the sides,
Yeah.
right?
Oh,
And then
okay.
you like walk
It's-
up this thing to go to the.
the Italian style restaurant.
Yeah.
It's a sit down, full service table service restaurant.
Nice.
That was the last place I went there. I got moved over there right after the pandemic when we finally came back after the furlough.
Oh, okay.
We
Yeah.
were furloughed for like a year.
Ugh.
And
So wait, you were furloughed for a year?
yeah. Yeah, it was an interesting time.
Yeah. I mean, if you're in the people and service industry, like that's pretty much what happened, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, a lot
what were you supposed to do?
right. It was a big question mark for a long time. But I ended up living my best life during that year.
Yeah.
Sounds like it.
Got to do a lot of exploring and find some new adventures. And I mean, the only thing to do was head out into the wilderness. Everything else was closed.
Yeah. That's what I think the height of the overlanding scene popped off just because everybody,
Yeah.
I mean, nobody had an option. They were just like, sit at home or go out in nature.
Right.
Do the whole hiking thing. And
Yep.
I mean, even hiking trails were shut down.
Yeah.
Yeah. You couldn't go to the beach.
Right.
Okay, so the craziest scene I remember is when these bulldozers were literally shoving sand into the skate parks.
Oh yeah. So you
And then all the skaters were like shoveling it back out because they're like anti-establishment, dude. That was like the best scene I've ever.
yeah, that was
That is
bizarre.
such a Southern California anti-government. Like,
Yeah.
get out of my face! I want to skate or die.
Yeah. No, I mean, during that time, I've grown up camping and being in the outdoors and, boating and fishing and all that good stuff. So, I didn't start off overlanding during the shutdown like a lot of people did.
Yeah.
I've got a pretty extensive background in adventuring and that type of thing. It just magnified it, I guess you could say, during that time. Cause
Gave it purpose a little bit.
yeah, like you said, it was the only thing to do at that time.
Yeah.
So, but it was great, like girlfriend and I headed up. We did all the Yellow Post sites in Big Bear.
Nice.
Found some great dispersed sites, little known places that, we wouldn't have found otherwise.
Yeah, you ventured a little further. So,
Yeah. Got to spend a lot of time with my daughter, which was great.
Nice.
Her and I did some adventuring as well. Went out to Bradshaw Trail. Got to go visit Salton Sea area. Saw Bombay Beach and took her to Salvation Mountain.
Nice.
It was a great time. We got to see a lot of stuff and do some good father-daughter trips and.
Yeah, it's always good to a little bonding time.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, definitely. That time brought all of us a lot closer.
Yeah, I think it brought a lot of people closer. Just get out and actually be personal and talk to people a little bit.
So when we started this podcast, man, we had nothing else to do.
Yeah, nothing else to do. Fuck it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was a good time. I think I said this before, but I look back and I'm like, I almost feel like you know, like you don't never know when you're in the good times. I wish I would have told you when you're in the good times. But,
right.
You know, like honestly, I look back and I'm like, man, those were some good times. I wish I would have taken advantage more of the freedom that we had, but
dude, right?
You know, I mean, because going on so many more trips, because a lot of times you were like, oh, I don't know, I have to work and I'm on Zoom meetings and stuff, and I don't want them to see. Like that one guy with the green screen background was like,
oh, dude,
like doing like motocross stuff or whatever he was doing. But like people got creative, and a lot of people were outdoors. A lot of people went on trips. I wish I would have taken advantage of it. I mean, we did a lot, but
way more than I'm doing now.
I feel like I should have ventured out more, because I'll never have the ability. No, I say never. Right now, as it is now, I won't have the ability to take just like a week off and go to Colorado or something. You know what I mean? That's a lot of PTO, you know, because I actually have to show up in the office now. Like before, I just was at home.
Yeah.
Just needed internet.
Yeah.
No, that 1 year of downtime was almost like a snapshot of retirement, you know?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
Here's what you get to do.
What it could be.
Someday.
True.
Dare to dream.
Yeah.
I mean, it was probably unsettling for a lot of people that, you know, like yourself, probably in a way, like, do I have a job? Is my job ever going to come back? Because I mean, I'm sure at one point, and please tell, like it's 7 months. Are you like, okay, I was cool with it for the first 4 months.
This was cool
now it's like, oh damn,
it's getting real. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and I mean, I used to brag that I had the best job in the world because Disneyland will never close. You know what I mean?
No shit, though.
Who would have ever expected Disney? I mean, we closed. I was there. I was at Disney during 9/11.
Yeah.
Right? And we closed for 1 day.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? There only
that was
one
like
day?
one of the first
day.
times they
Yeah, it was
ever
a
like
big deal.
shut it down.
Yeah. You know, the nation was under attack, and
Yeah,
we
that
shut
could be a
down
target,
for 1 day.
Wow.
You know, and for a while there, it was pretty sketchy. Like, dude, if this shit happens on the West Coast, I'm at ground zero.
Yeah, they're dropping shit on LA. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, if you think about it, if you're a terrorist, like Disneyland is like the
Disneyland.
happiest place on earth.
Americana.
You know,
It's,
it's
it's like the
America.
epitome of America.
Yeah, there was a lot of risk involved, but you only shut down for 1 day.
1 day. And so to shut down for a whole year, that was mind blowing.
Yeah,
That's
crazy. I didn't even think about that, but yeah, Disney was down for like a whole year. That's nuts.
And a lot of restaurants too. I mean, they were doing the takeout only, or they were doing the Grubhub style where like somebody would come pick it and deliver. Like you can't just be like, hey, I want a steak from the Blue Bayou.
Yeah, it doesn't work that way. Yeah,
you know, and so that was like a very unique situation for you, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, for sure. You know, and in the beginning it was like, okay, we're going to close for 2 weeks. And then it was like, yeah, all right, cool. I get 2 weeks off. That's cool. And we got paid, you know, for the 2 weeks. And then it was like, it's going to be a little bit longer. So
and we're not going to pay you.
We're going to pay you till the end of April. And then I don't know after that.
Yeah.
So the good thing was they continued our benefits, which was nice.
always. Oh yeah.
But, you know, it was the only other alternative was, you know, I tried finding a job for a while. Even, you know, Home Depot, all that stuff. Nobody was hiring.
Yeah, because everybody was suffering. Yeah.
Right. And, you know, the only alternative was to take the free money, you know.
Yeah.
And, you know, was able to make ends meet and tighten my belt a little bit. And
You weren't balling out.
No.
no. But, you know, I, again, got to do some good, you know, experiences that I would never have done otherwise. You know, spent time up in the Sierras, went to Yosemite, you know, got to go see my mom in Arizona many times. You know, usually I get to see her
once a year or
two,
something.
maybe 3 times a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And was out there like 5 or 6 times, you know, because why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it was a good time for the most part, you know, not having to, you know.
Uncertainty was not ideal, but at the same time, it was like that's what afforded you certain freedoms.
But, you know, not having any stress was nice. Growing out my hair was kind of cool.
Hey, that's where I started. I used to be clean cut, shaven, a short hair, all that. And
Oh yeah, I grew mine out.
Yeah.
not quite as long as yours, but you know.
That's when I
was
started
down on
growing my
shoulders.
first beard.
yeah.
Yeah.
I always had like some scruff or whatever, but like I actually started growing a beard.
Yeah.
And then I grew it all the way out. Then I shaved it.
Yeah.
Then I grew it out. I shaved it, and here I am today.
Yeah, I haven't had a haircut since 1 month before everything got shut down.
Oh, geez.
So February of 2020.
Yeah, I was due for a haircut. I was like, I'll go on Friday. And then Thursday, like, yeah, we're not coming to the office anymore. I'm like, well, I guess I'm not getting a haircut on Friday. And then, yeah, here I am. I like a freaking hippie.
Yeah, dude, your hair is down to your nipples, dude. Like,
I'm going to start braiding them together.
Oh,
Get my
okay.
nipple hair and yeah.
I mean, if for our listeners who don't know what Jared looks like, he looks like
You're lucky.
Tom Hanks in
Castaway or Bubba Gump or
Forrest Gump,
yeah.
when he was running the United States ultra marathoning or something.
Yeah.
I was thinking more along the lines of like a Captain Caveman.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do that. You could do that. I think I did that to a lot of people, but it was cool because it was fashionable because it was outdoors. It was overlanding.
Yeah, you could be all scruffy. And who gives a shit? Yeah.
Throw on a flannel and you fit the bill. You know.
Yeah. I'm hipster.
So I'm not sure if we touched on this yet, but like, what's your favorite dish? Like that you've ever made?
That's the worst.
At camp or
dish at camp. That's where I was going with. So like,
Okay.
I want to separate it. I want the favorite dish you make in like a restaurant setting, at any restaurant you've ever worked at, because I know there's different cuisine types. But what is your favorite dish to make at camp?
Oh man, that's tough. That's a loaded question.
It is. For me, it's simple, but you're a chef.
Is it simple?
A good steak, you can't beat a good steak.
Always safe. Always safe. Yeah. Do you have
I
like
would
a
have
go-to?
to say
Yeah.
right now, because of where, so I'm no longer at Disney, but I'm now running a restaurant at UC Riverside, that specializes in barbecue. I'll smoke the shit out of anything, man.
I love it.
Yeah.
And we have dialed in our brisket. I don't think I've had a better brisket. And
you've been to Austin, Texas.
I have not been to Texas, but I've been to some pretty good barbecue joints, and I have to say ours is pretty damn good. And we've gotten a lot of compliments from people.
I'm gonna have to come over there and visit you guys because I love some barbecue, man.
Oh man, we do some.
What's the name of the?
It's the Barn.
The Barn. Okay. Yeah.
Now, when you're with your smoker, they have some Overland Trail smokers. In fact, our buddy Herb, who's really into the chef scene, even though he's not a chef, he makes a lot of good dishes, and he has like this I think he's the one who has the hitch mounted barbecue smoker, or like the travel smoker.
Really? He's got a smoker?
Dude, he's got an oven.
Well, I know he got everything, but
dude.
yeah.
But like, I think he's the one who has like the smoker too. But like, do you use a pellet smoke? I mean, obviously not, but you have like a wood fire one that you control the temperatures and.
So it is digital, which is nice. So we can set it and forget it,
Okay.
But we do. It's a wood fired smoker. We use only mesquite.
Okay.
Nice
hardwood. Yeah, it burns hot.
Yep. It burns for a long time.
Yep.
You soak it, for a little bit, so it burns a little bit longer.
When you say soak it, what do you soak it in?
Water.
Just water.
Yep.
Okay.
I like to soak it in hot water so it kind of expands the pores on the wood and absorbs the moisture a little bit better. But it burns longer and kind of allows it to smoke you more,
Yeah.
instead of just burning up and being done and turned to ash in like 30 minutes or whatever, like the firewood bundles you buy at the grocery store.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
those the hot wood. Yeah.
But our brisket, for instance, we usually do like the 15 to 17 pound briskets, the full size ones, and we smoke them for about 15 to 16 hours overnight. So with our smoker, we can program it, put it in there, feed it full of wood, and then come back in the next morning and
it's ready to start.
pull the
prepped.
brisket out, and it's like a delicate process because it wants to just fall apart.
Oh yeah,
and you're like, like a baby,
Yeah.
Put that on the counter.
I've done one brisket, and I have a Traeger, so it's cheating.
Traegers are nice. I don't hate Traegers, man.
Yeah, it cooked a great brisket, man, and I think mine was like a 13 pounder, 14 pounder, something like that. And man, it was a long time it was in there.
Slow and low is the only way to go, man.
It was in there forever. And then I pulled it out and it was so good. And then I felt really bad because, like, you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get a big one. I'll have leftovers. It's never the same the next day or whatever.
Oh no, you lose.
You reheat it, and it's like in the microwave, and you're like,
never is.
you know.
Yeah.
I just felt like I had to just stuff my face when it was fresh,
not to waste it. Yeah.
And you know, a lot of people. Well, I don't say a lot of people. Some people trim their briskets before they put them in. I don't. I leave all that fat on there.
Oh yeah,
that's flavor.
The flavor. Yeah.
We have a signature rub that we put on it, and we'll rub it ahead of time. Let it sit for a couple hours before we put it in the smoker to kind of let it penetrate. One thing that I've found is when I was running Flo's V8 Cafe at Carsland, we had rotisserie cookers, and we used to rotisserie roast beef. We would do we would use a casino roast. And one thing that I found out that helped it a lot was we would heavily salt it, but like the night before, and let the salt just like start breaking down the collagens and all that stuff on the meat, and it helps tenderize it. And then you cook it the next day, and again, slow and low for a few hours, and that meat just comes out, melts in your mouth, and
Fuck, I'm hungry.
So we do the same thing with the briskets. Yeah. Same thing with the briskets. We season it ahead of time, let it sit for a little bit to kind of start that process.
Yeah.
And then it sits in the smoker overnight for good 15 to 16 hours.
So when you go camping, do you smoke anything, or do you campfire cooking?
No, I'm a bit simpler when I go out on the trail. A lot of it is I don't want to pack a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
The other side of it is when I cook at work, I don't have to pay for it.
Yeah.
True.
Right. So you have the gourmet stuff at work.
Yeah, do it up. Throw it all together.
All kinds of seasonings and different ingredients to choose from. Whereas when I go out camping, I got to buy that stuff and I got to pack it and make sure it stays cold. Or, I've got a 12-volt fridge and everything, but there's only so much room.
Yeah. How many quarts is yours?
I have the 45.
Okay, that's a decent size.
Yeah. What kind?
I have the not the ice code.
The set power?
The set power, yeah.
Okay, yeah, same one I got.
Yeah.
That thing's
I love it, man. That thing is awesome.
Yeah.
It has never let me down.
Is that the same one I have? It has like the yellow top or something, or it's black with a yellow trim or something.
Mine is just like a light gray on the sides and then a dark gray lid.
Okay. Oh, well, it might be the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, the thing works great. And I'm running a single battery on my Jeep. I don't even have a house battery. I just run an Optima yellow top, and I have not had a starting issue yet. And I'll leave my fridge plugged in overnight in the Jeep. No issues.
What was your Jeep?
I have a 2004 Grand Cherokee, a Jeep WJ. It's lightly modified, I guess.
Lightly modified.
Yeah.
Yeah, 33s. I mean, we saw it out there, and I've seen it before. It looks like it has a decent lift and
4-inch. I've got the 4-inch all iron rock off-road suspension. It's short arms right now, but I regret that decision. So I'm gonna go to long arms here pretty quick.
It's all a trial and error process,
Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't hate the short arms, really. It does great, especially when we were out in the desert, hitting all those whoops and stuff.
Yeah.
No issues. I just want the long arms because you get a little bit more cush, through those harsher bumps and stuff.
More articulation.
Yeah, you get more articulation. I'm not a rock crawler.
Yeah.
I'm not looking for, super flex and get up over boulders and stuff like that. But I want it more for the absorption when you go over the bumps. A
little smoother ride. Yeah.
To be honest with you, I want to be able to bomb through Johnson Valley and.
Yeah.
Oh, that was my goal. Yeah. Baja landing.
Yeah. Why not, man? I'm all about it. I think that's cool. But yeah, I've got the iron rock suspension. I'm running the Bilstein 5100s on it. They're great shocks.
Yeah, solid.
Actually, they're my second set. I blew out a set on the Bradshaw Trail.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was dumb. I was out with my daughter. We had been out exploring Bombay Beach and Salvation Mountain.
Yeah.
And the sun was going down, and I wanted to get into Box Canyon before it got dark because we hadn't set up camp yet. So I was pushing it pretty hard and, hitting those washboards and whatnot, heated up the shocks. But coming in the Bradshaw Trail right before you turn into Box Canyon, they get deeper. And I was moving. Yeah, and I hit a few where it really bucked the Jeep up. And I think just because the shocks were already heated up and they I think it boiled out the shocks. But I was at one of the off-road expos, the one in Long Beach.
Oh, okay.
And Bilstein was there. They had big display
Booth.
and everything.
Yeah.
And I was talking to one of the guys there, and he turns out he's like the regional development guy or whatever for like the West Coast or something. And I was telling him the story, and he's like, "Wait, what? What happened?" And I told him what happened. He goes, "That shouldn't have happened." And he goes, "Do you still have the shocks?" And I go, "No, I bought a new set." But he's like, "Do you have the old ones?" And I said, "No." He's like, "Man, we would have replaced them for free."
Really?
Yeah.
He goes, "Bilsteins have a lifetime warranty on them."
Oh shit, it's all good.
And
to
he
know.
goes, "Plus, we would have wanted the shocks back so we could find out what happened."
What failed?
Why?
He goes, "That shouldn't have happened."
Yeah.
So he thinks that I might have hit one of those deep ruts too hard, and the piston came up and hit the top. I don't know what they call it. It's like the.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, he thinks it knocked them loose, and then that's what caused the shocks to overheat. Because the shocks literally got so hot when I got into camp. You know how they have like the Bilstein sticker on the side?
Yeah.
It was like crackled off.
Oh shit.
On all four
Like
shocks.
melted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it has the black accordion boot on the bottom.
Yeah.
They had melted and were like drooping.
Really?
Yeah, like hanging off of the shaft of the shocks.
Damn, you got those things cooking, man.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
And I had taken pictures, so I showed him the pictures. He goes, "That shouldn't have happened."
Wow.
Yeah.
But he gave me his card because I was talking to him about upgrading to like a heavier shock.
Yeah.
Because I want to go to
Might be a
something.
good idea.
Yeah, I want to go to something like a reservoir shock with a heavier shaft and whatnot. And he goes, "Dude, here's my card." He goes, "I don't give this to anybody. Here's my card. Send me an email. Send me your specs." He goes, "I'll custom build you a set of the 7162s."
Yeah.
Bitching.
He goes, "I'll give them to you for cost."
Oh.
That's awesome, man.
All right.
Get your long arm, put those
Yeah.
on.
Exactly. Yep. Upgrades.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, I have that suspension. I love the Bilsteins. Like literally fixed the death wobble on my Jeep.
Oh, you had
And I
it.
know when a lot of people hear this, they're gonna blow up and say that's not.
Oh, it's a steering stabilizer.
Yeah. When I bought my Jeep, it had a 4-inch rough country lift on it. And literally, I bought it from a guy in the San Gabriel Valley. I found it on Craigslist. Read it up, low mileage, looked good. All right, grabbed my girlfriend. Let's drive out there and take a look at it. Test drove it. Everything was great. Talked him down a little bit, got into the range that I was willing to pay. All right, here, got the cash. Here you go. Signed all the paperwork. Started driving home, and I'm literally coming home south on the 5 freeway, coming back through, where's this? The Citadel? What's that area? Commerce.
Oh, City of
where the
Commerce.
casino is.
Oh,
Yeah.
And I'm driving along, and all of a sudden, it feels like a grenade went off underneath the Jeep. It just went ballistic. And I'm like, oh shit, I must have blown a tire.
Oh, that bad?
So I mean, the whole thing is just shaking and vibrating. I'm like, holy shit, like what happened? So I pull off the side of the freeway. I get out of the Jeep and I'm looking around, and no, all 4 tires are fine. Like, what the hell was that all about? Like I've never experienced anything like that before.
Yeah.
Get back in the Jeep, take off again, get about 2 miles down the freeway. Boom, the thing goes off again. I can barely hold on to the steering wheel, and it's death wobble.
And what is that
That's pretty
caused
bad.
by?
So it's caused by an oscillation in the tires.
There's out of balance, or
So it's multiple factors that feed into this. And so what basically it is, there's play somewhere in the suspension. And so all it takes is for you to hit like a pothole or a rough bump on one side on the freeway, and one tire starts to vibrate, but then they go out of sync and they both start vibrating. It's like a shopping cart.
You got harmonic balance going on.
That's exactly what happens. And then it magnifies and it keeps on going until you slow down. And so I was like, what the fuck is wrong with this thing? I just bought this thing and I can't even drive it home.
Yeah, holy shit.
Yeah, that's got to be a sinking feeling in your stomach.
Yeah, I just fucked up.
And so immediately got home and jumped on the internet and started doing all this research and just totally dove down the rabbit hole. And I mean, there's 1,000 different philosophies out there of why this happens and what you can do to fix it. And some people say you need to replace the bushings, or you need to change your track bar, or you need to add a second steering stabilizer, all these different things. And they're all Band-Aids basically, because after going through this, I chased it for literally a year. I replaced a part and okay, it's better. And then a couple weeks later, boom, it would happen again. You know, it got to the point where I couldn't go over 65 miles an hour on the freeway.
Jeez. At that point, I would just get rid of that.
Well, sell it.
You have way more patience than I do.
For real.
I wasn't going to throw in the towel that quickly. Yeah. So I kept doing.
Well, you said a year. I'm talking I would have thrown in the towel for like 6 months and it's just not working. I'm like, okay.
I kept chasing it, changed, read up on different things. Okay, changed the bushings. Okay, got under there and changed all the bushings out. Okay, that seems to help a little bit. Okay, well, change this, change that. And literally the one thing that I did that killed it was I changed the shocks.
And that fixed it?
When it had the rough country lift, the guy before me had bought like the whole kit. So it comes with comes with everything: the springs, the short arms, the shocks, all the stuff to put on there, new bump stops, the whole thing. And so I ordered a set of the Bilsteins and put them on there over the weekend, and literally never had it since then. And I mean, I've still upgraded things here and there. For some reason, these WJs like to eat tie rod ends.
Yeah.
I don't know why. And it's not the tie rod ends that fail. It just devours the boots. It crushes up the boots, and then sand and shit.
Everything just builds up in there.
Stuff can get in there, and then they just die after that. But chased it for a while, and eventually ended up changing out like all the components on the suspension. So
you have a brand new WJ.
Almost.
Yeah. And like, to be fair, Ben, you with your Gen 1 Tacoma, you had that clunk, and like you literally replaced everything on your fucking truck suspension wise. Like, he's like, dude, I just replaced this, I just replaced that. I think I got it this time. Remember, like it, like every time you'd go, or like you'd stop, and you're, dude, do you hear that?
Oh, you're talking about when you okay. So what he's talking about is my Gen 1 Tacoma. I'd come to a stop, and it was almost like axle wrap in the rear, and so it like kind of fold forward and go clunk. And it was almost like the drive shaft, like it pivots forward, so then it goes clunk. So that was more of like an axle wrap thing or whatever.
But how much shit did you replace in your truck hunting that one thing down?
I replaced the truck. I got a ZR2.
Exactly. He dealt with it for about a year, and then he fucking
yeah. It is one of those things. I love that Gen 1 Tacoma. I actually wish I would have never got rid of it, but that's a story for another day. But yeah, man, like you can chase problems forever.
Oh yeah.
And it could just be the simplest things. And like you're like, oh, it was just a spark plug.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Stupid. Like you couldn't figure it out.
Yeah.
Oh, I had a similar issue with this Jeep. I would go over like a small speed bump, like in a parking lot, and hear like a clunk.
Yeah.
And I think, man, is something loose underneath? Did I forget to tighten something? Whatever, and again, chased it,
The mystery clunk.
Get under there with like a rubber mallet and like hit things like, where's that coming from? And I couldn't find it.
You are the clunk.
Yeah. Ended up finding out that one of the motor mounts had collapsed. So when I hit the bump, it would.
That would actually,
the WJs have a ring that it's like a bushing in the middle, basically. And so it was resting on the bottom, and so when you hit the speed bump,
jump.
It would clunk, and
Yeah.
Well, that reminds me, like when we were going down to Riggs and Brews in my Mini Cooper,
Oh, yeah.
And I went to go fill up with gas. I literally was like a mile from my house, and I took a right, and all of a sudden it started running really rough. I'm like, dude, I literally just got this back from the shop like 4 times in a row. Like it was a nightmare, and I couldn't figure it out. And I was at the point, it was like November of last year. It was right before the Rigs and Brews for December for the Toys for Tots. Yeah.
Yep.
And I was going to bring the Mini Cooper down there, but it like just grenaded somehow. I don't know what happened. I was looking at it, I was like, what the hell went wrong? Anyways, I was like, I'm so over this. I'm going to park it for like 2 months, dude. I just literally parked it and was like, I don't even want to look at this thing. I was so done. And all it was funny because I was like, I'm going to actually look into it. Or I popped the hood. I'm like, oh, it's right there. Because my whole motor mount had just snapped off, and like it was off to the side. My whole motor had shifted. And so it was like so simple, but it was like, it literally was like $100 worth of just labor, So it was one of those things where I could have chased it for a very long time. I got frustrated. I was like, I'm done. And ended up fixing it. It was literally a bolt.
Jeez. Always, yeah.
I have the same motor mount because it was like an upgraded like anti-vibration motor mount, even though I still have vibration just because it's a race car.
Yeah.
Because race car. No, because rally car. Because gambler car.
It's like a propane mount or something.
It's like this really nice like aerospace aluminum like contraption. I'll show it to you when we go outside. But there's a bolt that goes through it, and I thought it was one bolt, but it's actually 2 bolts. And so, because it's still mounted to the frame, I was like, how is this not going anywhere? But then it snapped off because the top bolt. So that's what it was. Super cheap. I could have fixed it like that weekend or whatever.
Right.
But you end up chasing little problems, and it just takes forever and frustrations.
Yeah, with like the Donut Media, they have that shirt, like Cars Are Pain.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? Again, with the Jeep, you said, why didn't you just sell it? I appreciate that car more now that I've been through it, basically.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no,
and
yeah.
I'm confident in myself now that if I break on the trail, I can probably fix it.
No, it's 100% what it is.
Because I've been top to bottom all the way through that car.
If the ZR2 breaks, I have no idea what I'm doing.
Yeah.
If the Tacoma breaks, I know exactly what to do.
Yeah.
I don't have it anymore.
Yeah, it's good to have that intimate relationship with your vehicle because you know exactly what's wrong with it when it's hurting. Yeah.
Yeah, anything in the suspension on the Mini Cooper, I know exactly what it is.
I got it, yeah.
I've been through and through on that thing. But yeah. So what trips do you have planned coming up? Big trips?
Next weekend we're heading out to Nevada, doing a trip with the group from Facebook called Off-Road Overland Camping.
Okay, yeah. I just joined up with them, yeah.
Yeah, a buddy of mine, Ron, he runs that group.
Yeah, good guy.
I'm gonna look him up. What is it? Off-Road Overland Camping?
He was following us in the red Jeep on when we were doing a Rattlesnake Canyon.
Yeah.
Over for Smuggler's Run, and like he said he was taking pictures because he was like directly behind us, and there was a few spots where like I was dragging like the rail slot, the rock sliders, and there's another time where I crushed my winch hook into a boulder, but he was like right behind us, and I was like, it was a little challenging, couple of little challenging sections, and I was hoping he got some photos, but maybe not.
He probably was because he does YouTube and stuff, so he's probably
he put up a YouTube video of just for RigFest, which we were out at Johnson Valley, Lasertown and stuff, and he posted a video for that, but there's only like a little tiny section of it. I think he only had like when we were doing like the shootout run with the kid and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's the only part he had in there really.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah, it's tough. That's the biggest challenge I have when I'm out.
Is actually recording.
Yeah, is taking pictures, and I'm so caught up in the moment of driving or looking at the scenery that I always forget to, hey, grab your camera.
Oh shit, that'd be a good spot. Yeah,
take pictures.
Well, there was a few times like I'm like, oh, this would be a rad little section. Like, cause, I got a big truck, so I don't get to flex it out too much on some boulders here and there. So I'm like, oh, that'd be rad. But like at the same time, we had a decent sized group with us,
right?
And so I'm like, I don't want to hold everybody up to like stop to take a picture, be that guy, holding everybody up. But
yeah, and I have a drone, and I wanted to get it up over the weekend, but with
dude, the winds were nuts,
30+ mile an hour winds.
Yeah, that was sketchy.
I tried for that little bit.
Yeah, we had that one little pause where there's like a cabin up there. Were you able to see the cabin at all from your drone footage? Oh, okay. We're curious. Can we see up on the hill? There's like a cabin and looked abandoned, but
yeah, it looked cool.
Yeah,
But yeah, I had it up for maybe 5 minutes, and then it started yelling at me.
Dude, when you're trying to land it,
like, let me down.
Yeah, it was like on a 45-degree angle trying to land.
Yeah.
And shit. Yeah, no, it wasn't that. It didn't feel that windy where we were because we were kind of tucked into the canyon. But as soon as it got some elevation, it was like blowing it around. So.
Update, I joined the Facebook group.
Oh, you're part of
it was instantly approved.
Oh, wow. Nice. Look at you. I had
you
to
know
wait
why?
it
says, why do you want to join the group? I said, because Chef Sean told me to.
Oh, okay. There you go.
On our podcast.
Got the recommendation.
There you go. I put in Chef Sean and it was like instantly approved.
Oh, you got that VIP access.
That's right.
All right. I see how it is. No.
But yeah, I go out with, I've been going out with his group for about a year and a half or so now.
Okay.
Ron's really good at putting trips together.
Yeah, you say they go out like once a month or something?
Once a month we go out usually. But he's really good. He maps out the entire thing, and then he'll send the group like the GPX file so everybody can load it on their, Gaia or Onyx or whatever. But he also, the thing that I really like is he takes the time to research the areas that we're going to.
Oh, give some history behind everything.
So we like to go and find like these abandoned mines or ghost towns or whatever. And then,
that's really cool.
So when we get there, he's got like stories behind it or facts.
That's rad.
And like, hey, this was, they used to mine copper or whatever here, and it.
Tour guide.
Yeah, a good tour guide, basically.
I love that stuff.
Yeah.
That's why I go out. I go out to learn things and see new places and find stuff that not everybody can see.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the joy of having a vehicle like ours that can go more places than most vehicles,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's what I get out of it. I really enjoy that. But I've gone to Utah with him.
Oh, cool.
We went to Valley of the Gods.
Nice.
Stayed up on Muley Point, whatever it's called. We stayed at Mexican Hat, got snowed on. That was kind of cool.
Oh, bitchin'.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah, a little dusting of snow over everything out there.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
And I stayed in the Gazelle too, like.
Oh, yeah?
No
in the
problems,
snow?
yeah.
Mr. Buddy Heater?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
I literally have a picture. So my stepdad went with us on that trip, and he's got a Gazelle, same one that I've got. And the two tents are side by side, and I had my heater on in mine, and he didn't have one.
Oh, really?
And so in the morning, I took a picture. His is all covered with snow, and mine's perfectly dry.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah,
It's all
melted off all the snow.
Rad. That's pretty cool.
But it was a really cool trip. But yeah, the group's a lot of fun. It's great people that go. There's no drama or anything like that. Everybody that goes is out there to
all like-minded.
enjoy it and
have a good time.
Yeah, for sure. We have fun at the fire, the bonfires at night. Sometimes we trade off cooking or everybody
potluck
cooks
it or something. Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. It's cool.
How long are you going to go for in Nevada? How long is that trip going to be?
They're doing 3 days.
Okay.
Leaving Friday, coming back Sunday.
Oh, quick turnaround. Okay.
Yeah, but I'm going to leave later because I have to work on Friday, so I'll probably leave straight from work.
Oh, just bone out there.
Meet 'em
Yeah.
out there, yeah. They're going to set up camp outside of Jean, I think, Nevada.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing lunch at the Pioneer Saloon, which is just outside of Jean. And then they're hitting the trail from there and going up to the Coliseum mine.
Oh, nice.
So.
And when is this?
Next weekend. Not this coming weekend, but the weekend after.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome.
Is the Coliseum mine? That's not one you can drive into, right?
No, that's the.
I know Reward Mine,
That's
but
Reward
that's
Mine.
in over in.
Yeah, I would never drive into a mine.
Oh, come on.
No,
You've gotta
driving
do it.
through it?
Yeah, that'd be
I've done
rad.
it.
Oh,
Which one did you drive through?
Reward.
Oh, you did? Okay. Yeah. Like, I don't think I could fit now. Maybe in the Land Rover I could, but
Not with your tent on top.
without the rooftop.
Yeah. It's pretty tight. So I did it in my Jeep before I went to bigger tires. I just had 31s on it at the time, and aired down, and I still only had
Oh, really?
maybe 2 inches because I have the rack on top of the Jeep.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I'd have to take off the awning.
Yeah.
Too tall.
Just that extra 6 inches or so. Yeah.
but I'll tell you, it is cool.
I've seen some pretty big Jeeps go through there, but I guess they don't have anything on the roof.
Yeah, if they air down enough.
Yeah, probably just dump it and
Yeah.
run it on 10 psi and nothing on the roof. So yeah.
It's cool though. We got we've got about I would say probably 3/4 of the way in, And then we were like, okay, this is good enough.
Do you get claustrophobic, or what if you get lost
It's like
in
pitch
there?
black in there too.
I know. Like, what if
So-
somebody breaks down in there? Like,
My biggest fear was it's near Ridgecrest, and Ridgecrest pops off with earthquakes.
Oh,
Yeah, it does.
And so I was like, dude, if we have an earthquake while we're
It's
in here,
right now. Yeah.
So, but we got in it. It's I think it goes in like a half a mile or something like that.
jeez.
Yeah, it's pretty far.
Yeah.
And but you can't get lost because it's pretty much one main
Tunnel.
tunnel
Yeah.
or whatever you want to call it. But there is a couple of like forks where it forks off, but they dead end. You know, if you try to turn, you go like 20 yards and it's like, oh, can't go any further, you know?
Yeah.
But there's big areas where it really opens up and it's plenty of room to turn around and, you know, get your vehicle. You don't have to like back out or anything like that.
Yes,
I would
could
just imagine
imagine backing all the way out.
claustrophobic.
But what tripped me out is you go in and then it starts going down. It's not like straight in. Like you start going down and you're going down into the mountain basically.
Yeah.
You know?
The depth
But,
of
Yeah.
Dude,
rad.
you're already getting me freaked out. I wouldn't do it. No, thank you.
It was fun. It was cool.
Did you like get when you were in there? Did you like just turn off all the lights?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because I took Rachel with me
Oh,
and was able to convince her to go in.
You probably can't see your hand in front of your
Nothing.
face. Nothing.
Yeah, I was like, hey, babe, watch this. Cut the lights. He's like, turn it back on. Because it's like death black, like nothing, you know.
That's crazy. That'd be so cool though.
But
That's why you buy all. That's why you pay all this money for all those lights.
yeah.
I have lots of lights. They're not wired up.
Well, that's on the Mini.
Now, on my
Actually, yeah.
my ditch lights on my ZR2 aren't wired up either. I'm too lazy. I
But
don't know
what
what
tripped
I'm
me out
doing.
is there's people like hiking into it.
What?
Yeah, there was a group of people in there.
Oh, just headlamps and
just
shit.
headlamps and flashlights, and I was like, good luck with that.
Yeah.
But no, it's cool. I like that area. I love the east side.
That's right off of
Sierras.
like Alabama Hills
Yeah.
and Trona. It's kind of like in between there or something like that.
It's
a little north of it.
just
or
a little
something,
bit
right?
north of Alabama
Yeah.
Hills. So if you know where Manzanar is, the Japanese internment camp.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
So basically, you're going up 395. You turn left to go into there, or you turn right to go to the mine.
Oh,
It's
okay.
at the
Okay.
same spot. You can just turn off right there.
The layers. Yeah.
But it's cool. Yeah, we went out there. You know, explored the mine. It's on both sides of the. There's like a big ridge right there. You go up one side to go up into the mine, and then the other side you can go up, and there's it's the other side of the mine, but there's a lot of equipment up there, like ore chutes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So you can go up there and check it out.
Some of the mining equipment stuff still up there.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I need to go on some of these trips.
Yeah,
I know,
Yeah.
right?
I haven't been on a camping trip in a very long time. I need to get out.
man, the 395 is the best place. Like you can get there in like 3 hours.
There's so much
and
to
there's
explore.
so much to do.
Any direction you go is
Yeah.
rad. Well, right now, I mean, you can always go so far.
Yeah.
It's just packed with like,
Yeah, like they've closed down a lot of the 395, especially near Bishop in that area.
Mammoth
Snow.
get like 10 feet of snow or something stupid.
Mammoth?
Yeah.
No, it's like 40 feet of snow.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
No, like
something-
there was this. I watched this video because like NBC News like interviewed this lady because her house, and it's literally like 30 feet up in the air,
Yeah.
and it's just like straight snow.
Yeah.
And she like dug tunnels just to get in her like
Yep.
house and stuff. I'm amazed that the roof just doesn't collapse with all that weight.
Right.
Well, they had that grocery store. Where was that at? Ridgeline or something?
Ridgeline?
I can't remember where it was.
Tahoe, I think.
Somewhere,
Yeah.
Crestline, or I don't remember where it was, but like literally a whole grocery store, the whole roof collapsed.
Oh yeah,
It's like, fuck.
doesn't surprise me. I mean, that's a lot of
a
weight.
lot of weight, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of weight. And then imagine when it starts like melting and shit. Like,
It's gonna be flood, yeah.
yeah.
Well,
there's
they're
gonna be a lot of
already. I was watching a video the other day that they're working on this emergency release plan for all the California lakes because they're all 100% full right now.
Most of them are.
And they're no, just about all of them, and they're worried now because not from the rains, but once the snow
melt.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
gonna be even. Yeah, all the
So-
dams are gonna be pushing.
And the ground is actually pretty damn saturated,
Yeah.
Right.
too, because we've had so much rain.
Well, this last weekend they did a emergency release at Oroville, up in.
Oh, really?
Oh, that's Northern California.
Yeah, because
Dang.
they're panicking and they're starting to worry about the lakes overflowing and flooding like the towns and stuff.
Fuck.
Well, I know that because we picked up the Mini last year in May, and we were driving down, and we went over like Lake Shasta.
Oh,
and dude,
it's nothing.
It was like hundreds of feet down.
Yeah, it was bonkers.
And like, I'm not even joking. It was like hundreds of feet down.
Yeah.
And I
like a little puddle at the bottom.
Right.
It literally, like, I'm like, what happened here?
Yeah, there's a lake here.
Yeah, it was like the Grand Canyon. There's no water in it. You know? So I wonder how full that is. I saw some pictures. It did come up, but it's not. It's like half of what it was when we saw it.
Yeah, but once they get that snow melt,
a lot though. Yeah.
And we're still getting rain. Yeah.
The bad part is that the Colorado River system's not getting any of this.
I know.
You know, Mojave's still down, Meade, Powell's down pretty bad.
Yep.
Yeah, they need it.
And that's our water source.
Yeah, that's our supply. Right. Yeah, because California didn't know how to trap all this rain that we get. We just dump it back down to the ocean.
It's all runoff.
Right.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. But they're saying that with the snowpack, it should run down and fill up a lot of the lakes and stuff.
Yeah, hopefully it gets a little.
I sure hope so, man, because I don't know what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
Is there still a fire ban in California?
Probably. we're under a state of emergency still, I'm sure.
Always, yeah.
Well, they just lifted the water use ban.
Just recently?
Today, I saw a thing.
Seriously?
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't even water my lawn because it's A, cold outside, and then B, like it's so saturated. Like I literally walked outside in the grass in my bare feet because I was like trying to get to my dog because he was digging the mud. He was like digging up one of my plants, my new puppy, whatever. So I was like running over there. I was like, stop it. And like literally, like it was almost like I was
like
walking.
Spongy.
It was spongy water and water was splashing up. And I'm like, what the hell? It's so saturated right now.
I don't think I've had I don't have a lawn anymore, but for the plants and trees and stuff in the yard, like I haven't had the irrigation on in freaking months. It's been awesome.
Yeah, it's great.
It's kind of nice because the rain has come and then it'd be like 2 weeks later and then come again and then, a week later. Because like even this storm system that just went through, we have another system coming next Wednesday.
Right.
So.
Never ends. I love it.
Never ending.
Well, it was perfect for RigFest too because it was just enough to keep the dust down.
Yeah, that was like it. Yeah, because like right when we were pulling in, it was raining still, and like it's out in Johnson Valley Desert, and there was no dust. Well, driving dust. The wind was kicking up some dust.
Yeah,
but other than that, yeah.
But that was one of the good things about having the wind out there was pushing the dust off the trail, so you're not driving in a cloud of talc.
Yeah, usually, you could be like right up behind each other, and instead of just getting blasted,
right.
Yeah.
But how much fun was RigFest?
Dude, I had a blast, dude. Like,
great.
It was windy, to say the least. But yeah, everybody. I think it's rad that like the people that stayed are the hardcore, basically. Like you never know what elements you're gonna get, and you just deal with it and have fun. And everybody, we still all had a blast. We had a ton of fun just hanging out, and it was windy and blowing, but everybody made the best of it. The food was amazing.
It was a great group of people.
Oh yeah,
Jesse and Robert did an amazing job of putting it together and, and organizing it and keeping it going.
Yeah. Make sure like we were fed like
every night.
Yeah. Breakfast. I mean, there was and the food was bomb. Dude, the barbacoa was so good the second night.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so good.
I think MagnaFlow sponsored it the first night, and then Optima the second, or vice versa.
Yeah. I don't know which order it went, but yeah. They were out there. Yeah, Optima had their. They had the
Rivian,
the two Rivians, the SUV and the pickup truck with the trailer and the bikes and stuff like that, and they had that the red bus RV thing.
Oh my god, that thing was amazing.
Ridiculous, dude.
That thing was awesome.
Bless you.
Yeah, thank you.
And that guy had a built-up WJ as well.
Oh, was that his?
Yeah,
that was parked there.
Yeah.
Out back. That thing was nice, dude.
Was really
WJ
nice.
gang.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that thing was on. I think it was on 37s.
Was it? Yeah.
He said he had a 8-inch lift, and
that thing was pretty well built. I didn't crawl all over it, but just from what I could see. Yeah, I'm sure you did. You're right there.
I was drooling over it.
Yeah. Dude, his whole setup was sick. It's like this. I don't know. It had been an older bus. It looked like, but had the slides and all that, and then he had this outdoor like barbecue that slid out
with an ice maker,
and a beer fridge and like a TV that came up out of it and speakers all around, and that's just his little outdoor area.
Full length awning that ran the full length of the bus.
The bus, that thing was bonkers, dude. Yeah, Sam over on Rough Rack, like he was out there. He made some breakfast burritos and stuff like that. He has a new kitchen out there and stuff, and testing it out. And it was so windy. So like the second night, we're all in line getting our they set up the kitchen right next to the bus there just to block the wind.
Yeah.
And I saw everybody, like all those guys were like, they grabbed their plates and they ran right back up into the bus to eat. I'm like, yeah, I don't blame you. It was nice and their big screen TVs and all that.
Yeah.
But
You're talking about the Optima red bus?
Yeah. I think it's sick.
I saw a picture of it. It looked pretty cool.
Yeah. I think I posted a photo of it. It was pretty nice.
I actually saw it. It was featured on like Extreme RVs or something like that.
Oh, really? Oh, that's right. Yeah, you were saying that. Yeah.
I because when we pulled up, I was like, I've seen that thing before. And then he mentioned something about, I was featured on a show or something. And that's where I saw it. It was on that TV show.
It's pretty extreme.
Yeah. But Laser Town was pretty rad.
Yeah, like the first day or so, like it was just, we were too busy activities, doing all the stuff. So we didn't walk around until Sunday. And it was rad. Like there was like a koi pond, big old koi pond.
Full on koi pond.
Yeah. Huge koi in there. And like they had like, it was weird. Like there's all these hammocks.
Oh yeah.
There was something like 20 hammocks and
like a jungle gym.
Yeah, like a jungle gym of hammocks and stuff. And I guess he's a metal worker, so like they had all those metal cactus lining the road going in. And
so from what Jesse was saying is he owns Laser Nut.
Yeah,
which is like a fabrication.
Yeah, they build all the tabs for all the
Yeah, and so I guess he does all that art and everything out there, and
it's probably all his scraps.
Yeah, probably.
It's rad though. Like the way it's set up, all the graffiti art and everything is so cool.
Yeah, because he has like a bunch of like shipping containers all stacked up, and there's the one with the wave.
Did you see that?
Yeah,
with the shark.
Yeah, she was telling me the story. They're like pushing some dirt or something like that, trying to build up some mounds, and they pushed it into one of the shipping containers, and they didn't realize it, but they're pushing it, and like the shipping container started to cave in.
Yeah,
and it became like. And once they realized, oh shit, stop. And then they looked and like the whole like shipping container was like caved in so much it looked like it was like a wave. So he had the guy doing all the graffiti painting and stuff. He like painted it like a wave with like a shark in it and everything.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
It's actually really rad. Yeah, the way
so
they did it.
Where in Johnson Valley is it? Because I know where Hammertown is, obviously.
It's right by Hammertown.
Literally right there. Yeah. It's off of what's the main road you turn right on? Like, Boone. Yeah. So if you're going if you're heading toward Hammertown from Yucca Valley and all that, and then you hit Boone Road.
So you were out there for King of the Hammers.
Yeah.
So do you remember when right before you come into Hammertown, there was that big giant like bar and grill, but it was like a giant tent. It was called the 40. It was on the right hand side.
Yeah.
Well, which way are you coming in from? There's two ways.
Right off of what is that? Old Woman Springs Road?
Yeah, whatever. The main
okay,
road.
So you're coming in from
Yucca Valley.
I come in from like the Hesperia side.
Yeah.
So like up the 15 and then you take a right and you head east.
Oh, okay.
So you guys came from the east to
west.
the west.
Yeah.
So I know what you're talking about. So it's like right off of that area.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So it's literally like right before you get into Hammertown, there was this
on that dirt road.
On that dirt road, the lake bed, there's a place called the 40, and it was set up like a giant like bar and grill type thing.
Oh, with the string lights.
Yeah.
Oh,
So Laser Town was right behind that.
Oh, but it was
you couldn't see it because all the other stuff was in front of it, basically.
Fucking 100,000 people there.
Yeah,
I guess I wasn't paying attention.
Kind of got buried in all the RVs and everything.
Right.
But yeah, it was literally right there.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. That's awesome. Okay.
Yeah, I guess like that the 40, they're going to turn that into like a resort or something out there.
Yeah, they're developing it.
Yeah. It's kind of a bummer.
Oh God, King of the Hammers is becoming commercial.
Everybody's trying to capitalize on it.
Yep.
For 3 weeks out of the year.
Yeah, exactly. It's big money 3 weeks out of the year.
Yeah.
Well, land was cheap out there.
Yeah, right.
It was all meth towns, and now it's laser towns.
Hammer towns and
Hammertown.
Yeah, no,
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's a rad little place. Like if you haven't been out there,
They built like a big old fire pit out of bricks and stuff. That was all.
Well, Alex put that together, like, and they had to tear it down the next day.
Right.
Yeah.
But it was still cool, like big giant fire pit, you know.
Yeah, they had that amazing raffle and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah, ton of prizes.
They pulled in like the buses and stuff, like all the RVs to make like a windbreak, so we could all hang out and do, you know, around the fire, and then do the raffles and stuff. And yeah, the prizes were crazy.
Dude, I got home and I opened up the swag bags and I was like,
the swag bag was
this
rad.
is rad.
Yeah.
Wish I could have gone.
Oh yeah, no, it was cool. Yeah, you got one of the hats on.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. It's a nice hat.
It's a really nice hat.
Yeah.
I opened the bag and I was like, this isn't a cheap hat.
I know.
Like, this is really
That's
nice.
an Optima hat, man.
Yeah. Yeah, Bodo's jerky, like, gave everybody a bag of jerky.
Yeah.
that showed up. And
Hell yeah.
And then we bought more from it.
Yeah, of
too.
course.
I
yeah,
heard he has long hair now too.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he was bitching about it. He, like,
Was it flowing in the wind?
Yes.
Is that what it was?
his long locks? Yes.
We got to shoot a commercial. We got to give him a mullet before he chops it
Oh
off.
yeah, oh no, go a mullet or a mohawk, one of the two.
Botus mullets.
There you go. Yeah. Wind and desert dust and long hair do not mix. It sucks.
Oh, that's it. Probably all got all tangled and
Oh, the
shit.
fucking rat nest,
Yeah.
dude.
Rat nest. Oh man.
Yeah, it was blowing. Like, I mean, we were in the camper, so it wasn't too bad. But you guys were in a ground tent, so you
It
were.
wasn't bad. I put extra guy lines on the Gazelle so it wouldn't pop in the sides.
Oh, okay.
It was pretty solid.
That's
know?
good.
It didn't bother me too much. It was more of waking up the next morning and being buried in the sand, you know?
How did the sand get in there? What do you,
So-
did you sleep with your door open or the windows open?
No, so the way the Gazelles are, the top is all mesh.
And the rain fly.
And then you put the rain fly over that, but the wind would go up under the rain fly, and then, you know,
Bring in the fine dirt
Yep.
because it acts as a filter.
Yep.
Yeah. Get all the loot.
So you had the fine dirt
It
on
just
you.
sticks to everything. Yeah.
I literally got home
That's why you get
on
a shift
Sunday,
pod, bro.
and I spent,
Yeah.
no joke, yeah,
The outsiders.
I literally spent the next day on Sunday. I got home.
Yeah.
We left early, and we all bailed out at like 9 o'clock or
Yeah.
whatever. And got home. I spent the next 4 hours taking everything apart. Everything. I carry those Plano boxes in my Jeep, but I take them out. You know, when I'm
You get
at
the camp. Yeah.
It had gotten inside the little like creases in the.
Yeah.
I don't have them like waterproofed or whatever.
You
There's
don't
like,
have the rubber seal?
There's like that hack you can do
Yeah.
or whatever.
My dad and brother did that.
Yeah, I need to because
Apparently.
they were full of sand too.
Oh
Just
shit.
from sitting out in that windstorm, you know.
Jeez.
But I had to pull my tent, open my tent out at home again, and vacuum it out. And
Yeah.
a ton of sand in there, and take my sleeping bags out and shake them out. But it was good. I hadn't, gone through my gear in a while.
He
so-
probably did.
Yeah,
I was like, all
I need to
right.
go through my gear too. I mean, I haven't been camping at all. I should be taking this time to go through my gear.
You were. Hammers was probably the last time we were out.
That's not really camping.
Yeah, no, I don't really count that.
That's an event.
Yeah.
You know, when I talk about camping, I'm talking about like no
Camping,
one
yeah,
else is out there besides my group.
Yeah, I need more of those.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, you gonna do some chef stuff for us if we go camping?
Hell yeah. Anytime.
You're not gonna keep it low key with some basic stuff. You're gonna like go all out, right?
You bring the food, I'll cook it.
Hey,
there
I
you
will.
go.
Hey, I will.
I'll cook it.
And you know what? I'll bring all the cooking apparatuses I have, so you'll have like everything to work
Yeah,
with.
he's got every
You got a scuttle?
No, I have a king disc.
Oh, okay.
like a giant
It's
scuttle.
it's like a big wok.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm sure you can come up with some fun stuff in that.
Oh, dude, we'll
I just want to have fun, man. I just want to like just experiment.
Yeah.
You know what my favorite thing to cook at camp is? I think you asked me earlier, but my favorite thing to do, breakfast burritos.
Yeah.
And I make a killer breakfast burrito.
Okay.
What do you, like,
Explain how
yeah,
you don't
hold
have
on,
to give
hold
away
on.
the secret sauce, but like
But break it down a little bit.
Well, I may or may not bring some brisket. From,
I knew it. I was about to say he probably brings fucking
does, he
brisket.
does.
I know it.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
Oh yeah,
Okay, so breakfast burritos.
Okay,
I love
okay.
doing breakfast burritos.
Do you make your own salsa?
Yeah,
Yeah. Question: since you work at a place with a smoker, do you smoke the vegetables and everything like
peppers
that?
and
You kind of get that.
I haven't done that yet.
Try it.
We'll try it. Yeah.
My wife, she makes salsa, and I bust out my Traeger, and we throw like the jalapeno or the peppers and like all
nice.
the
Yeah.
everything on it, and tomatoes. smoke them. Do it.
I have in the past. I like doing stuff in the fryer. Have you done that?
Like air fryer or like a oil fryer?
At work, we've got a regular fryer.
Yeah, fryer.
No, but same thing. Throw everything, whole tomatoes, whole peppers and stuff in the fryer and fry them.
For a salsa?
Wow.
Yeah, and then you throw the whole thing in the blender.
Really?
Dude.
Yeah, that's what she does. She does it in the blender. After I smoke all the vegetables, she'll throw it all in the blender, and then we'll add some spices.
Yeah.
Done.
But do it in the fryer. Fry everything up, and then just everything, because it'll start taking the skin and everything off.
Yeah, peels it off.
But you still throw everything in the blender and just blend it up.
Good Sounds like we're gonna have a cook-off.
Oh shit!
I'm not claiming to be a professional, but David versus Goliath. You never know.
And you're gonna get Little Smokies to sponsor it, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Little Smokies Camp Out. Duh. We'll have T-shirts and everything.
Hell yeah, dude. That's right. I forgot. We got to get on that.
I totally forgot about that. Until you just remember that. I was like,
Shit.
core memory triggered.
This guy pays attention. To the podcast.
Apparently.
No. You know what? Yeah. Okay. Little Smokies. That's awesome, man. So you make a good breakfast burrito.
Mandatory if you're going to be in the cookout, you got to have your shirt off.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Duh. I don't want to get oil on it.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Yeah.
It's butters.
Good thing I'm just going to be a judge. I don't know.
Yeah. True. Yeah. He's alluding to a little Camp Chef cook-off, average Overlander.
Yeah.
We
need to make that happen.
We do. We will make it happen. We'll get a good group of people to go up there and just have some fun.
Let's do it.
Like you said, the people and the food, man.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
Hell yeah.
Some mystery ingredients.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah, you got to throw a challenge in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, maybe throw them a couple of curveballs while they're in the middle of cooking.
Yeah.
Oh, your propane is off. What are you going to do now?
Oh no. That'd be fucked up, dude.
I know you do
ran
this
out of
for a
propane.
living, but do you ever watch any shows like Cutthroat Kitchen or anything like that?
Yeah, there's some that I'll watch. I'll be honest, I don't like the Gordon Ramsay stuff. No offense to Gordon Ramsay, but I just don't like the
Format.
Yeah, just the whole yelling at people and that type of thing, because I came up through that kind of environment.
Yeah.
Almost glamorizing it in a sense. Or,
Yeah, and I know it's all ratings and
Theatrics.
Yeah, but I don't know. It just brings back bad memories.
some PTSD from yeah.
But no, there's a lot of good shows out there, and yeah, I watch them. I get some inspiration from some of them. Some of these people that come up with things that you're like, oh shit, I would never thought about that.
Yeah.
There
was the show that my family is watching. My kids love it too. Is Cutthroat Kitchen, and Alton Brown's like the host and everything.
I love Alton Brown. He's cool.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
But the reason why I bring it up is because you mentioned you're like, oh, you throw him a curveball mid, whatever.
Yeah.
And so part of that show is like you could actually he auctions off items.
Yeah.
That will screw your other competitor.
Oh really?
And yeah. He'll be like,
up.
okay, so basically I'm auctioning off this thing because you all start out with like 20 grand or 25 grand or something like that. And then they'll bid it up because they're like, oh shit, I cannot have that happen to me. Mm-hmm. And so then it would be like, okay, you have to get rid of all your sugar and only use like Fruity Pebbles or something like that. And then like you're making a dessert and you're not allowed to use like the oven.
The main,
and it's like you have to bake a cake without an oven. Or he'll make it. My favorite is when he breaks out the Easy Bake Oven.
Oh shut
and,
up.
You'll have to make your shit all using this little micro kitchen set. So it reminds me, if you're doing a cook-off, especially in overlanding, you can't just go to the store like, oh, I forgot the garlic salt or whatever it is. You can't just go somewhere.
Got what you got.
So you gotta improvise.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be fun, man.
Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, you'll have to help us out with the list in mystery and ingredients and then kind of the format, dude.
Let's do it.
Because I don't know what I'm doing.
I just want to taste it.
I just want to eat it.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, this is delicious. 5 stars. And he's like, man, it's kind of basic, but
sucks, but, yeah.
You can put that in your mouth. I don't know.
Yeah. Fuck.
Oh man, good times.
No, I think that'd be a lot of fun, and I think everybody would get a kick out of it too.
Yeah, just for
I'd tune in.
just for kicks.
Yeah.
On Route 66.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm getting too tired.
Yeah. Getting delirious. So, all right. Yeah.
Shout outs, man.
Yeah. You want to get some plugins?
Plugins. I guess I'll plug Goliath Off-Road. I guess they're now Goliath Overland. I've got a set of new bumpers coming from them.
Oh, okay.
So I'm pretty excited about that.
Front and rear.
Front and rear.
Where are they out of?
I think he's in Florida.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But, there's not a big market out there for aftermarket stuff for
WJs.
Oh, really?
It's hard to find, especially bumpers and things like that.
Yeah, I'd say most of them I see are kind of like budget build or just kind of home build kind of setups. Yeah.
But I have gotten a couple products from him before, and it's been good quality stuff. So I'm excited to get the bumpers. And I think they're moving to a new facility right now, so they're a little behind on getting orders out.
Production.
They're
it's just
transitioning. Yeah. So I'm patient. I don't need it right away, but I am excited to get them in and get them on the Jeep. And
nice.
Got the rear bumper's going to have the built-in tire swing out and everything. So,
oh, that's so nice.
yeah, I'm excited about that. So that'd probably be my plug there.
All right. Nice.
Maybe the barn.
Yeah,
The barn.
Hey,
okay, so I'm gonna have to come visit you at the barn, man.
Anytime.
Can you just tell us your hours that you're open and where you're located?
So we are on the campus of UC Riverside, but we're right on the edge of campus. It's open to the public, but we do service the students and the faculty and staff of UC Riverside as well. But anybody can come. We are a music venue, so we do concerts. We've got a big concert coming up on Friday for St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, that's right.
So,
well, if you're listening to this, happy St. Patrick's Day to everybody.
Yeah, because that's in 2 days. Like that literally is a perfect scenario.
Yeah.
Friday, St. Patty's Day. People are gonna get
it's gonna be
smashed.
crazy.
we've got a rad band coming to play. We've had them there before, and they're amazing.
What's the name of the band?
They're called the Miss Smiths.
The Myth Smiths.
Yeah, so they
Okay.
are a Misfits and Smiths tribute band.
I kind of figured the Misfits part, but yeah.
Yeah.
They're awesome. They're such a good band and such great people. They do the full skeleton outfit with the face paint. They have 2 lead singers. So one guy does all the Misfits stuff, and then the other guy does all the Smith stuff.
Oh, right on.
Man, he sounds like Morrissey.
So you, like, how's it set up? Like, is it a restaurant and music venue in one, or is
Yeah,
it separated? Or
We have a big property, so we have the barn itself is a restaurant. It's a kind of a scramble style quick service, or like a fast casual.
Yeah.
So there's different platforms you can go to, whatever one you want to order from, and there's some indoor seating. But we have 2 big patios on either side of the barn itself, and on the west patio we have an outdoor stage with a state of the art sound
good.
system.
yeah.
It was all the whole complex was renovated in 2020 during the pandemic.
Yeah.
And it was pretty much like no expense spared when they built it. So
Nice.
it's a beautiful place. The barn has a long history of music, going all the way back to like the 70s.
That's awesome.
Oh, I've been there for a minute.
Yeah, a lot of bands that weren't big at the time played there and then went on to become big bands. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers played there.
Oh shit.
Real Big Fish got discovered there.
Nice.
Rage Against the Machine.
Oh shit. So yeah, he's an actual little. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Korn, Creed, like a bunch of those bands. Yeah,
Creed.
I know how to throw that one out there.
No, I know. No, people know.
they're-
Like,
they're a
hey,
big
he's
band.
He's
Yeah.
Grammy Award winning.
But yeah, there was a lot of. It was kind of like the punk rock and ska scene in like the 90s.
Yeah, you mentioned Real Big Fish.
Yeah.
No Doubt played there before they got big.
Oh wow.
Blink 182 played there when they were just Blink.
Oh wow.
Sublime, all those bands, they all played there. It was pretty cool. So we're trying to bring it back to its former glory.
Yeah,
Rad,
man.
actually. Yeah.
Well, they got a good chef.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
There you go.
Opinions vary, but
Well, I'll give you the full review when,
we'll have to
when
try
I visit
it out.
you.
Yeah.
I definitely will not be there on this Friday.
Damn it! I didn't even think. I totally forgot it was St. Patrick's Day until you just said that. Shit.
I didn't think about it either.
What am I gonna do?
got to go have green beer somewhere.
I'll go buy some Guinness and sit on my couch.
That actually sounds kind of nice.
Yeah.
Oh,
Awesome
man.
Irish whiskey. Awesome Bushmills
awesome.
here. Yeah.
So, what's your plug, Jared?
Oh, okay. Well, after we go to the barn on Friday, Saturday, actually this whole weekend, Overland Adventure and Power Sports Show is at in Pomona, local for us. So that should be a fun one. It's pretty cheap, and I think it's like $10 entry,
Something like that.
And I think, and we posted on our stories. There's who's it? SGV Corpse has like a $2 coupon and stuff like that. But yeah, it's at the Fairplex in Pomona. I think I'm gonna try and go Saturday.
I might try and go Sunday. My daughter's got a lacrosse tournament on Saturday.
Oh, okay.
Lacrosse.
Supposed to be doing something Sunday, but I can't remember what. But I'm sure I'll be told how that one works. And then so Sunday that'll be a lot of fun. And then next weekend, there's actually a couple things next weekend.
There's a lot of stuff going on. Yeah.
Yeah, shit. I can't remember. There's one, but I know the MagnaFlow is having a meetup at their headquarters in Oceanside in California. These are all California events. Sorry, everybody. I'm not. If people know of some cool events in other states,
We'll shout them out.
yeah, share them with us, and we'll post them up for you. If you got some cool, fun little coffee meetups, if I see them, I post them. If you're wherever town and you're listening, you might want to know about it. So, MagnaFlow is having a meetup on the 25th, which is a Saturday at 8:00 at there, and that looks like a lot of fun. Jesse's going to be out there. You may be there, right, Ben?
Maybe.
Yeah,
My daughters have a dance competition, but I'm going to try to go on Sunday and then go to her thing Saturday, but we'll see.
Okay. Yeah, I really want to go, but I very rarely get a free weekend where we're not going somewhere or doing something. So I'm supposed to be doing my camper build that weekend. So I need to stick to it and just actually
Just make it happen,
buckle
dude.
down. And it's been raining and I just haven't had a chance to do shit. So yes. So next weekend, I don't think I can make it, but
Right
yeah,
on.
it'll be a lot of fun.
Well, hopefully I can make it, but no promises as of yet.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what I got. What do you got, Ben?
So I just found a new website by somebody who I know. I didn't realize they own this company, thrashedoffroad.com. They literally have a ton of, parts and accessories and everything for pretty much all vehicles. It's kind of funny because I was checking out his website. I was like, oh, this is kind of cool, and then they have everything, like the fire pit by Tembo Tusk is on there.
You told me about it. I was checking it out. I'm like,
Hats, merch. They got accessories. They have
you buy a tent.
Dude, there's a 270 awning on here right now for $500.
What?
Yeah.
We're all what?
Yeah, dude. It's a 270 freestanding Batwing awning by Thrashed Off Road for $500. It's on sale.
Wow.
Damn, that's some fucking
$500,
deal.
dude. And then there's one with the awning walls and everything for $800. It's the same one, but with the awning wall kit for $800.
Wow.
Fuck.
So, anyways,
I need a 270
thrashedoffroad.com.
Yeah.
It's a guy I know. Cool dude.
Yeah.
I'm not supposed to say his name, but
But
real cool dude.
real cool, dude. And some cool shit. Yeah.
Yeah, and now I'm gonna go spend all my money. I'll just give it to him, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I hadn't heard about that until you we were talking about last night or yesterday, and
They even have their own hot sauce.
I know, I thought that was rad, dude. It comes with their own hot sauce. Oh, that's
They have
rad.
their own hot sauce, man. We need an average
we need
Overlanders
our own
hot
hot
sauce.
sauce.
There you go.
Hey, if you make hot sauces, maybe you gotta formulate one for us.
Oh, there
Yeah.
we go. Everybody's got
He's
coffee.
like, God damn it, I'm just a chef, man. I just want to.
I know. Fuck, man. Shut up.
Oh man. Yeah, man. But we'll have to shout out thrashedoffroad.com.
Yeah. I like it.
There you go.
Nice.
That's it and that's all.
Cool.
Bub rub.
All right.
Whistles go. Woo!
What was that?
That's a 2005, 2006 YouTube throwback.
Oh,
anyways,
yeah. I guess I wasn't cool back then. Yeah.
I'll play it for you later.
All right. Thanks. Shit.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming on,
Yeah, thanks for
making
coming
the
out.
time,
Oh, man, that's a
dealing
lot
with
of
our
fun.
technical difficulties,
Yeah.
man. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
But,
it's a blast.
Yeah. A lot of fun. We got to do a camp trip again.
Camp cook-off.
You're going to be cooking. Ben will bring the food and I will just eat it all.
There you go.
We'll
Man.
We'll bring the kids out. We'll have a good time.
Yeah, let's do it.
Cool.
Awesome. All right.
Well, thank you everybody for hanging out with us again. And we'll what are we gonna do, Ben?
We're going to catch them on the next one.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, buddy.